All right, let's start. Thank you very much for joining our first live TikTok for GIS drones. It's our pleasure to start a series of informative discussion about the drones technologies, the drones industries, how it can benefit your business, and how the communication between drones, which is our topic today. We are going to discuss today the drones and the 5G technology. So before I dig deep into that, first of all, I want to discuss how drones now are communicating between the remote control and the drone equipment. The remote control is, as we can see here, it's a smart controller. It talks to the drone using the radio frequency, which is 2.4 gigahertz or 5.8 gigahertz. You can send and receive and transmit the pictures, the videos, the live stream, the telemetry information of the drone while both the remote control and the drone are operating. What are these telemetry information? These telemetry information are the altitude of the drone, the sensors of the drone, what are the obstacles around the drone, the battery percentage, the speed of the drone, and all the information that are sent from the drone brain to the remote controller. So this is now all sent using the radio frequency on 2.4 gigahertz or 5.8 gigahertz. And this drone that I have in front of me, that's the M300 from DJI. This is a very powerful enterprise drone from DJI. Currently, you can fly up to 15 kilometers of distance between the remote control and the drone in the best weather condition. If everything is working fine, the humidity is acceptable, the wind speed is acceptable, the sky is clear, no obstacles between the remote control and the drone, you can fly up to 15 kilometers away from the drone. And this is called BVLOS, Beyond Visual Line of Sight. Of course, when we are talking about the rules and regulations in the country, every country has its own regulations regarding the BVLOS of operations. Normally, your drone should be in your visual line of sight, should be in your VLOS sight, which I think it will be around 500 meters or 1 kilo maximum that you can see the drone. After that, it requires a special permission from the government or the authorities to be able to operate the drone beyond visual line of sight. So now we have talked about the normal radio frequency connection between the drone and between the remote control and the drone. Let's now dig deep into more of the 5G technology and how 5G technology is opening the gates and the doors to more control and more beyond visual line of sight control. The 5G technology, or what we call تقنية الجيل الخامس, is where you can connect the remote control or the laptop to the drone, but not using the normal radio frequency. It will be using the 5G technology. We have here the latest technology of 5G, which is our specialization here in the United Arab Emirates, and we are the authorized distributor and only sole technology provider to that technology. That modem, you insert here the 5G SIM card and you connect that modem to the drone. In this case, using 5G signals, we can get back and forth information of the telemetry information of the drone to our laptop or the controller or the controller over the 5G network. And now this is not limited anymore to the 15 kilometers distance between the remote and the drone. Now it's all over the 5G. That means if the drone operator or the pilot is in the operations room, he can operate and control the drone tens or hundreds or thousands of kilometers away from the drone. And that's a door opener to all types of industries that you would like to have remote control or remote pilot to control or monitor or do progress monitoring or inspect some remote assets away from the drone operations or the central control room in the back office. The 5G network, the 5G technology allows you to have 100 times more faster transmission and bandwidth than the current limited radio frequency. That allows you to transmit high definition or even 4K imagery of what the drone is seeing on the ground. You can use the laptop to control the drone, or the remote controller, or a tablet, or any kind of device to control the drone over the 5G. So what exactly can you control using 5G? Let's say that you are in Dubai and there is an incident or an emergency that happened in Abu Dhabi. Using 5G from Dubai, you can get an alert that there is an incident, there is a problem, that you need to fly the drone as soon as possible to be close to that location. You can control the drone from your laptop, fly to that specific location, and have a live stream from the FPV camera of the M300 or the attached payload, which can be any kind of payload, like the HMTT camera equipped with the thermal camera, or the P1 camera, which gives you very high resolution photogrammetry images. You can attach a speaker to broadcast some specific messages or announcements to the audience and the traffic, or any kind of payload. All that can be controlled over the 5G network. Then you can send that drone to that specific emergency location as a first responder, المستجيب الأول, before any other car or emergency can arrive to the location. The drone can be the first to capture the moment and send a high definition live stream to the control room so that they are aware of what's happening or what kind of help or assistance that need to be sent to that location immediately. That's where the power of the 5G drones are used. Another case, you can use the drones in the oil and gas industry. In oil and gas industry, you have so many far remote locations like oil wells or rigs or pipelines that are away hundreds of kilometers from the central locations in the of the office. And you have the specialized engineers and inspectors in the back office who need to know what's happening or what are these kind of incidents in these remote locations. So simply, if all that locations are equipped with the satellite connection, by the way, we are talking here about the 5G, but it doesn't have to be only on 5G. If the signal of the 5G went little bit weaker, it can switch to the 4G. If again the 4G was not available, you can switch to the 3G or the LTE, and so and so. So it can upgrade and reconnect automatically to the higher frequency based on the transmission signal in that remote location. Your control room, your laptop need to be connected to the Wi-Fi normally, then a screen will be open to see the remote drone and the remote location that's captured by the FPV camera and the payload camera. In that case, the inspectors from the control room can send the drone to that remote location and control everything: the movement, the angles, the yaw, the speed, how close to the asset, zoom in, see the incident, transmit that data to the control room, and then have their own analysis to the captured data. We can capture the data on 5G using both the built-in memory card of the drone. So any picture or video that's captured during the event is stored on the memory card of the drone or the sensors of the drone, as well as at the same time all that stream is captured automatically on the cloud of the 5G in high definition. So once the operation is finished, all that streamed videos and pictures are saved on the cloud and can be easily downloaded and then analyzed by the inspector to understand what was the incident and what happened in the situation. Multiple options are available for the cloud. You can see all the history of the flying operations. You can see the starting time, the ending time, the captured pictures, the captured videos. You can also have control on autonomous missions. Like before you want to start the autonomous operation, you can use the map to define and draw the full details of the mission, starting point, ending point, like a polygon, so that the drone, once it's started on and click play, it will go automatically to the first point and fly all that mission autonomously without the need for the pilot to interfere at all in the operations of the drone. But once you have reached to a specific location that has some extra care, or you need to pause the mission to take extra measurement or zoom in to see what's happening in that location, you can very simply from the pilot controlled laptop, he can pause the mission and then have the control over, control the drone, move it in, zoom into the location, take extra pictures, and then after his analysis is finished to the live location, he can simply click resume, so the drone will come back to its original location and resume its mission until it's finished. And once it's finished, it will be automatically returning to home, RTH. I have spoken about some use cases about the 5G technology of drones and how the 5G is connected to the drone. We're most welcome to hear your inquiries or questions, and that's our first series talking about the 5G technologies of drones. Please wait for another series. Inshallah, we'll talk more and more about the drone technologies and how it's beneficial to your business.